Hello and welcome to Looking at the Markets with David Modell. I've got an interesting scalping strategy using the 50-period moving average. And this strategy does not work perfectly. It does not work 100% of the time. I recommend testing it out with demo or virtual trading with no real money to make sure it works before you try it. And also use a stop loss, I recommend, so you do not have big losses. Okay? So I have the 1-minute candlestick chart up here on TradingView. Okay, each candlestick represents 1 minute of price action in Apple stock. All right, so the 1-minute candles, and I've got in purple here the 50-period exponential moving average, the 50 EMA, 50-period exponential moving average. Up there, just one line, and the 1-minute candles on Apple stock. Pretty simple, right? I've noticed, and this does not happen every time, it is not perfect, but I've noticed that oftentimes when the 1-minute candles get moderately far above the 50, and then if it slams down, if you bought right there, then and just took a long position, okay, and take a small position, please, small position sizes, all right, and have a stop loss of some sort. But there's oftentimes a bounce right after that. I don't know what it is about the 50 EMA. I'm not saying it's magic, but I've noticed that if it goes moderately far above it and then slams down on it, if you bought right when it hit that 50, I mean, look at that right there, almost perfectly. Look at the wick on that candle, right? Then there's a quick bounce, and you can scalp it, meaning you take a quick profit, all right? You're not looking for it to go way, way up here. You're just taking a quick, small profit, all right? And again, you probably want to have a stop loss of some sort. Maybe you could put another moving average below that, a moving average with the period number being bigger than 50. Okay, so it's probably going to be below it, and that could be your stop loss. Or you could have a 2-to-1 ratio kind of thing. You know, 2-to-1 meaning your profit target is twice as big as your stop loss, that kind of thing. Or you could have a trailing stop loss. Whatever your exit strategy is, please have one. Okay, so this is for intraday trading. You want to have an exit strategy. All right, so yeah, worked perfectly there, but it does not work perfectly every time. Okay, and then got moderately far above the line again, and then slammed down against it. If you had bought right there, nice little bounce there. Again, you're scalping. You're not looking for big profits every time. You're looking for small profits that add up. Okay. Now, it did not get far above the 50, so you would not have taken the next trade, okay? It didn't get far enough, just a small bounce, and so you wouldn't have taken it. And it's a good thing, because you probably would have gotten stopped out, all right? It fell below it. Then it got moderately far above the 50 again, and it slammed down against it. If you had bought right here, it didn't quite touch here. It touched on the wick of this candle, went a little bit below it. Would you have gotten stopped out? Depends on where your stop loss is, but it only went a little bit below it and then really bounced pretty hard. Okay, so you might have profited on that one if you had not gotten stopped out. And then, so you could have scalped that, went moderately far above the 50, slammed down against it, and then, you know, quick bounce, or even if you hadn't taken profits here, it gave you an even better bounce, right? After touching the 50 again, it gave you an even better bounce. So then it touched the 50 again, and then touched it a couple times in a row. But if you had bought at either time, at either touch of the 50, nice little bounce there. Okay, so you know, worked pretty well, at least on this screen. Does it work consistently? I cannot guarantee that. So what you want to do is you want to test it out with demo trading, virtual trading. If you can back test it, if you're a coder, you know how to do coding, I encourage you to try and back test it and see if it works for you. See if it has a good you know, success rate. That's what I'd like to see. Okay, so respect your stop losses, be safe, and you know, don't try a strategy just because somebody in a video says he likes it. All right, you want to make sure it works for you. Okay, hope you enjoyed this, and have a trading or investing plan. I do offer plans for investors and traders. If you want coaching, I do offer that. You can email me for the coaching at davidmodell@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I will talk to you again soon.